Hello, everybody. I am Sun Psychic Jean, and look who I have with me here today, Spirit Whisperer Mark. Hi, Mark. How are you?
Hello, Jean. I'm doing pretty good. Happy New Year, everybody. Hi, hi, hi. So good to see you. Always love being here with Jean. Jean, bada bing.
We have quite a show here for everybody. And as you know, sometimes we do the random generator. And some of you already saw that I put in the chat that if you want to put hashtag love to be chosen, we're going to be doing the random generator. And if I might ask some of my moderators if you could help to remind people from time to time, that would be wonderful. For a chance to receive a reading, once your name is called, please post questions all in caps. If your question is about a loved one in spirit, add name and your relationship to them. So I had that in there, and then I had to shorten it. So let me make sure it says the same thing. Yes. Wonderful. Hi, Karen. Hi, Lisa Davies. Hi, Davy Jones and Mary Kay Lim, Acadian Proud, Wiki. So nice to see you. Dragonfly Damsel. You know what? It's a damselfly. My husband taught me that. I actually dragonfly damsel. And are you an entomologist? My husband is an entomologist, and we were out uh, on an outing, and we saw a little pool where there was a bunch of dragonflies. And I said, "Oh, look, honey, there's dragonflies." And he said, "That's a damselfly." And I'm
Oh,
like, "Oh, the little ones are called damsel. The bigger ones are called dragons." Did you
oh.
know that?
And they can both be male and female. It's just about the size.
Well, you'll have to ask him because
Oh,
I
maybe
didn't look under the wings.
if damselflies were female and dragonflies were male, I don't know. That was just something that came to my brain. Who knows? That's
Yeah,
cool. I never heard that.
it sounds that way. It sounds gender related, but I don't think it is. Hi, Taurus 58. Nice to see you. Thank you all for being here. Jangles Heart. So nice to see everybody. Marie 17M. So nice to see you. Nettle Hill, Valley Wills, and if as you guys can see, if you would put hashtag love. We're going to be using the random generator today. And when your name is called, when we choose your name, we just ask that you go ahead and put your question in caps in the chat. And then we'll do it like that. So what's new with you, Mark, while I do a little check here?
Well, I've just been trying to get with the new year, and it's been kind of a slow start. I've just been kind of dragging into the new year instead of, speaking of dragonflies, instead of jumping into it. I've been a little slow. But, the weather's been really cold. I have a house full of pets that like to cuddle and snuggle. And so I've just been slow to get going. I'm still sort of a little bit in the hermit mode, a little bit.
Hmm. And you did your show with Debbie last Monday, yes?
Yep. Yeah, I've been
That was
doing those. I still have been doing both of my shows, the Saturday and Monday one, but I haven't been doing a lot of extra. I've been wanting to, and planning on it, and then no. So I'm still just kind of getting it going a little bit.
mhm,
Yep,
mhm.
I love Debbie, and we did readings. Yep.
And then later on today, you do Ask Mark Anything.
There you go. Yep, that's today at 4 o'clock Eastern on my channel.
I love that. I love that. Later on today as well, I'm going to be on with a friend of mine. Her name is Bridget Ross, and she does light language, and she's a healer. She's really, really very beautiful energy, a beautiful soul, and I love working together with her. And it's been a while since we were together. Just like it's nice. It's nice to have a little time apart. It makes the heart grow fonder for sure.
That's
So
true.
I. Mhm.
Yep, that's true.
I see everybody is putting in their hashtag love if you're interested in being called for a question. We're going to do 2 or 3 at a time and we'll come back. So let me go ahead and get started with that.
Yeah. Hashtag love.
Karen Conroy, congratulations. Karen, go ahead and put your question in. Caps, if you don't mind, because I still have to find them.
Yeah.
And let's do another one. See whose wins. Pays to be here. And it's only 8 minutes. Oh, it's only 5 minutes in because we were a few minutes late.
Yeah.
Sandy Balch. Congratulations, Sandy. Put your question in caps, and we'll do one more, and then we'll wait a little while and do a couple more in about, after these. Hi, Ruby Lee. Hi, Linda Wright. Trinity Tweet. Oh, look, Acadian Proud. Lucky, lucky Acadian. Acadian Proud. You please put your question in caps, and we will get started with Karen Conroy. Hi, Risa. So nice to see you. So nice to see you. Mark, tomorrow, what do you do?
In the floor. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Tomorrow I'm having my first psychic study practice group for 2026, and
Cool.
I'm very enthusiastic and looking forward to getting into the swing for sure. It's so exciting.
Psychic study.
It is. And the reason why I say that is because it's not a class. What I do is for people who have psychic abilities, I give them exercises for them to, build their own skills and get a chance to practice. But I also take them through a meditation that helps them to work on their focus and work on how to calm and get centered in your spirit before we do the work. Get centered in the focus before we do the work. It is very important. It's a very important step. So getting into this sort of routine, I really enjoy it. So
right.
So we're looking for Karen Conroy, Sandy Balk, and Acadian Proud. Oh, I see Sandy. Thank you. I don't think I see Karen yet. Karen.
She said hi. I know, but I don't think she put her question yet. Where she might
All
have.
right.
When I was on the floor, she might have, but I didn't see it.
Yeah. And she said, OMG. So everybody that's coming in, I just wanted to remind you, I don't want to put that banner in. It's too hard. Hang on a second. Oh, I'll have to star this so I can go back to it.
You can put the, I don't know. I think you can put the comments up on the screen too, if you want to.
Oh.
There's that little
I don't
button.
want it to run over you though.
That's okay. You can see below me there. Yeah, that works.
The way that we're doing questions today, everybody, is if you want to put hashtag love, we're going to do the random generator. And once your name is called, we just ask that you put your question in caps so that we can find it.
Karen said she posted her question. Let me see if I can see it. La, 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 la. All I see is the OMG question, the OMG response. Karen. So if you can, put your question in again, because I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, they need to have a search feature for us because the chat jumps.
Right.
I see her saying hello. I see her with
Oh,
the OMG. I see the hashtag love.
and I see I posted, but I don't see a post.
Oh, sometimes if it's too long, it won't take it.
Yeah.
Just so you know. See if
Remember,
it's still sitting in that fold in the outgoing tab.
the sun
Hmm.
roaring through my window today. It doesn't always do it, so it must be this time of year. Pretty blinding. Are you guys cold where you are? It's 35 here.
I don't know exactly what the temperature is. It's probably between 30 and 40, but it is pretty cold. Um, so um, there it is. Thank you, Karen. Thank you very much. And then Acadian Proud, I'll get you next. I mean, it's Sandy Bach. I already have your question, and Acadian Proud. Oh, it's freezing here, Karen said.
Yeah, cold.
So Karen would love a message from her late dog, Tonka.
Oh,
Aww.
little Tonka.
Mark, I'm going to let you go first, and I'm going to switch you. I forgot to do that earlier.
Let me get my doggy cards out. Yes, Acadian Proud, I think you were selected, so put in a question. You was chosen. Okay. And then there's Tonka. Tonka dog. Has it been gone a while, Karen? Feels like it might have been a while. Because he's not like right there. So it feels like he's doing something. What's going on, Tonka? He's still on his soul's path. First of all, I don't think he didn't, there wasn't like a forgiving or something like that. I don't think he felt like betrayed or whatever. So I do feel like he's still on his path. And he's still following it. So I'm wondering how long ago you had him. So first of all, you're saying, does he forgive me? There's the card that came out, the forgiveness.
Wow.
So out of all of that, look, giving you a little bouquet. Forgiveness, set yourself free. He says, yes, please let that go. Don't. It was part of my path. It was his soul's path. Whatever went on there. He's still on it though. So that would mean to me that he's not quite done with walking on the earth. So he's probably looking to come back, or he already came back or something like that, because I feel his feet on the ground again, or he's wanting them back on the ground. So that's what I'm getting. What do you get? And he's anxious to be back in form, I think.
Yeah, he's saying, what I hear him saying is that you are courageous, that it was a courageous feat for you to do this, and that you are resilient. And he's asking you to, he wants you to honor the love, the most, the, the ultimate act of love, and the ability for you to think of somebody else's needs and comfort before your own, because it was just something that was extremely difficult for you to do. And because it was so difficult for you to do, means how much you loved him. And he wants you to honor his life. He wants you to honor the relationship. He wants you to honor him in heaven. He doesn't want you to have a heavy heart or to feel like you've something is amiss between you. He said, "Why? How could you ever think that? Because of all the love that you shared together." He says, "Don't throw all that away just because of a, you know, um, this difficult time that you're going through. Allow your time to move through those feelings, and I'm sure that as time goes on, you will come to realize that it was the time you spent together, the love that you shared together, and knowing that you are still connected. It just is in a different form. So I wish you all the best, Miss Karen. I know that is just absolutely the most heart wrenching, uh, difficult situation to go through, especially when they've been just by your side for so long. Um, oh, oh, yeah. She says, been fighting cancer for 6 years. So hard to go on fighting without him. Aw. Well, you're not without him. He's just in your heart now. So think of him that way, you know? And the same way that you could connect with him telepathically when he was here, you still can. He's just not within your own sight. But please know that he is still connected to you, and he wants you to continue with courage and persistence. He doesn't want you to give up because of his leaving this world.
He he also liked your brother, so it wasn't like, the worst person in the world to watch over him. He liked his energy. So, he was saying it wasn't like you left him, you know, at the pound or something. It was like it was in good hands, he would say. And he understood it's necessary for you. He's about you doing what you needed for you in your healing. I'm going to ask Karen, you don't have a cat or a dog or anything right now, right? You have nothing at home. Just curious about that. He bonded a little bit with your brother, too. I'm going to say there was a bond that happened. Okay, that's all I wanted to say.
And she says, "Thank you. I love that he's in my heart." And she said she does have two rescue dogs, Maybelle and Rory.
Talking about that energy's there with you. So I don't know if he's working through one of those dogs or something, but they're still focused. I know you said it's been hard to heal without, to fight cancer stuff, but he's still there fighting it with you, and it's like through these dogs that are there. So I don't know.
Absolutely.
Feels present with them in one way or another. Okay.
All the best to you, Karen.
Yeah, like that, Karen, what you said. I believe he's working through them. I agree with that. Because he's kind of going, there's dog energy there. I'm there. There's energy there. So I think he spends a lot of time energetically working with those two from the other side. Okay.
Okay, Sandy. Hi, Sandy. She said, I had an NDE at 6. I was sent back. Was it Source or my guardian angel who told me I had more to do? Thank you so much. Ooh. And oops, I hit the wrong thing. Sandy, I'm going to let Mark go first. I like that. a little bit better.
You were 6 years old. I don't mind to go first, but I'm usually a little slower than the rest of you guys.
Would you prefer if I go first? I was trying to be
Then go first because you're faster than me usually.
I was just trying to be hospitable, but yeah. So Sandy, I'm not sure there was. I think it all came from the same place, and the need for labels and compartmentalizing is a human thing. Um, I do feel as though if it was a guardian angel, it was working on behalf of source, and or I do feel as though it was the energy of source. So whether it was through the guardian angel or source itself, I don't know that, but it was a voice that you heard and you didn't see anything. So let me just check my pendulum. If you can see it behind all this razzle dazzle, right? It was this source that told Sandy to come back. Was it source itself? Was it source itself? I'm getting a yes. So let me just ask: was it a guardian, her guardian angel, that told Sandy to go back? And see, I'm getting a little bit stronger. Oh, look at that! Wow. Yep. 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 It was more of like a guardian angel, and I do believe they were working on behalf of source and source through the guardian angel. So there's not really that much of a, and that's probably why you're not sure. But how wonderful! There was a bright light and a deep and loving voice. Yeah, you'll never forget that, Sandy. It's like no matter how long time goes by, it'll be just like yesterday. It's amazing. How about you, Mark?
Yep. Well, pretty much exactly what you said. And like right off the top, source is what I was hearing. Might have dressed up like a guardian, but it still was source. So it's like this. Your personal guide, which we all have, was sort of going, hey, on behalf of source, it's not your time. So it felt like it was relaying the message from the source of life. So kind of like what Gene was saying, they were both there, like your guardians were there on behalf of source. So it's almost like the guardian angel saying, I can't resurrect you from death, but source can, and it's going to because you have more to do. So it was almost like a herald announcing it to you so that you'd know what was going on, like that. That's what I get. But, everything's source. So our angels, our guides, they come from that same energy that we come from. They just have a different job. They work on a different realm and stuff like that. But so I got the magician, which would be like the source of all the magic. Would be like a message from source bringing you, like, here's this star energy. It's it's not your time. You're meant to touch the waters but then return. So yep, that's what I think. Source had a bigger plan for you. Now your guardian angels will work to help you realize it because they're all on the same page. Source doesn't really care what you call it so much. That's more like what Gene was saying. We like to have names and things, and that helps us, and that's fine. That's great. But I can't tell you how many times I've heard Source say, I don't really care what you call me. It's more that you call me. I don't really care. Those names are names you picked, and they're great, and I'll answer to them. I know when you mean me. But, it's like that. The names are sometimes more important to us. They just help us categorize it and stuff like that. I was working with Pan's energy for some time before I knew who it was exactly.
Mm.
I just thought it was guidance and source, but it took me a minute for him to finally say, well, this is who I am, like that, So,
And and
yep,
there's many I don't know what I'm trying to say, many incarnations or many versions of who they are,
right.
because they're sort of like this and also known as that, also Cocopelli, also this and also that, like there's all these little versions, and it's really just not one, it's not one individual personality like we are. It's really beautiful though. Good for you, Sandy. I wish I would, you could, have you been on one of those shows where you tell your experience? She says, I was able to see and talk to the dead afterward. Good for you. I mean, hopefully it was good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. How exciting. Wow. Yep. Yep. And it's a matter of belief. I'm so happy that you've remembered and that you were given that gift. And I know that there's so many other near death experiencers that they're here to help wake us up as well.
Because that experience seems to click open part of their inner knowing, or that inner sight, all that. Oh, I passed
Mhm.
just to the living. Yeah. That was part of what you had to do. They didn't want you going at 6 because you had this to do.
How exciting. How exciting. So we are still waiting for Acadian Proud. I'm just unable to find her question, and she's going to be reposting it. And so let's go ahead and get two or three more. And when your name is called, oh, Lisa,
Lisa, Lisa, Lisa.
go ahead and put your question in the chat, and please use caps. That'd be great. Good luck, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for playing along. This really does help us. Uh, it's a lot of pressure. And Michelle Krantz, good for you, Michelle. And Michelle, go ahead and put your question in. Let's do one more. You're welcome.
There's Acadian Proud. Can you please tell me about my guides and what clear?
And Davy Jones. Good job, Davy. All right, Lisa, Michelle, and Davy, go ahead and put your questions in, and we'll be right with you. We're going to move on to Acadian Proud. And first, I want to show that Sandy says, thank you, Gina, Mark, you're amazing. You're so sweet, Sandy. That was so nice of you. We appreciate that. You're amazing, too. I'd love to hear more about your story.
Yeah. My guides and what clear do they wish me to focus on?
I asked them because it's a lot for me for just this quick reading, go into too deep. I just asked them what's most important for Acadia to know about her guides right now today. And they want you to know that they are working hard for you and for all of us. They have our backs, and they know the stress and the challenges that we face, and that they are putting in extra effort is what I feel them saying. They're saying, we've got your back. We've got your back. We've got you, and they just want us to know that we're supported, and they see what we're doing, what we're going through, what's happening. And they are saying, they're almost saying like, it's like when you're a baby and you're trying to swim, and they're like, swim to the edge, and a baby is like, trying to swim, and they can't reach the edge of the pool, and they're like, just a little bit more. It's almost like that. Like they see how much struggle we're going through. They see how close we are to the edge. They see that we're unsure of ourselves, like a toddler would be, and they're just really coaching us and supporting us. Um, and but they're telling me that we are just that close. So is the third eye chakra most important for Kate? No. Is the solar plexus? They're telling me down. Is the solar plexus most important for Acadian? I feel it's it's saying yes. Okay, is her heart chakra most important for her to work? Not as much. Is her sacral chakra most important for her to focus? Ooh, I got a little vibration on that one. Wow, a little. Now, what about the solar plexus? Show me the solar plexus. The solar plexus, I'm getting the biggest swing. I'm getting this biggest swing. And this is about, yes, definitely. So the biggest swing for you, and it's your gut instinct. It's that two fingers above the belly button is your solar plexus, right below the heart and above the sacral. It's it's yellow in color, and it's about shining your truth, shining your light, and being you're saying proud is in your name, and they're saying like stand with conviction and with yeah, but that's the one that they want you to almost listen to the most, not work on, but listen to the most. This is where you get your strongest ideas and instincts. That's what I'm feeling for you, Miss Acadian Proud. How about you, Mr. Mark?
Mm-hmm. Well, all of it's kind of activated, so it'll kind of, you'll have little hits from different things, like in and out. But I agree with Jean. The first thing that came through the strongest is just a knowing, like clairsentience, like a gut instinct. You just have a real strong sense of this is good or this isn't good for me, like that. So I get the Knight of Cups, and that's feeling realm. You have a feeling, a strong feeling that comes through. I don't think Source is quite ready to reveal the name of a guide. It wants you just to think of it as Source for now. But a name is coming, like a specific guide, I believe. So, are you meditating or taking time? I don't care if you call it meditating or not, but like making an appointment, kind of, where you sit and get quiet and commune with Source, however that is, whether it's feeling, hearing, seeing. It's like a little appointment. So and so time during the week, I'm going to sit down for 15 minutes, and my goal is to commune with spirit, or whatever words work better for you. But you want, that's what you're doing. You're making a little appointment for that. That's all you're thinking about during that time. And then if your brain starts to think about something else, you say, no. For 15 minutes, I'm communing with spirit, not my brain. All right. So, because they want you to, yeah. So they kind of want you to sit down. Here's the 4 of coins. Sit in like a little safe, meditative place where you put up your cone of silence. I'm kind of playing. So if the word meditation freaks you out, just spend 15 minutes imagining that you're communing with Source. So imagine that. Color it for yourself like that, because they're right there. They're already working with you. Here's the 3 of coins. We're working with you. You're not alone. We're on the other side. We hear you. We're working. So we're going to kind of goose it up a little bit. So remember, began, I had to I did that where I made an appointment. This is my meditation time. And at first it was just a few minutes, but then it began to grow, because lo and behold, because I set that time aside, all of a sudden spirit started communing with me. and I would hear him and all that stuff. And so then I would stay in that space for longer periods of time. It began to grow on its own. So sometimes I think they just need you to focus like that, and they'll jump in there and work with you. It's like it's our time kind of a thing. All right, they're already working with you. They want to make it a little more experiential. All right. Yeah, that's
Thank
great.
you, Mark. And thank you, Acadian Proud. All right. Lisa says, thank you both. My Doxy 10 Leo has a lot of congestion and skin issues. What do you think is going on? Food allergies, etc. Thank you both so much. Sending love to you both. That's sweet, Lisa. Well, I was getting food even before I finished asking the question, reading the question.
Leo.
It's not about digestion. It's about it's like a balance. There's something off with the balance, and it's almost like some one aspect of the food doesn't have enough either oils or fats, or and the other aspect of the food is that it is too astringent and too um, it sort of takes away that natural not soothing, but that natural I see the word, I'm trying to say it like that's um, it's a conditioning, but it's a little bit more. um, I don't know. Can you give dogs coconut oil, and or you could rub it on, because I'm sure it's safe for them if they lick. But and just the heat and the shampoo. I don't know if he goes and gets groomed, or if you groom him at home. Um, but I think it has to do with all of these things. I do feel that he is not in as much distress as you might uh, sense. I do understand he's congested. I do understand that he's dry. I do understand that he's giving you the symptoms of either gnawing or scratching, or but he is not in as much distress as you might think. It is uncomfortable and it's annoying, but he's not sort of he's dealing with it. And they're they've got they're he's a tough guy. He's a really tough guy. Um, I think it almost like the congestion is his body getting rid of it. His body collecting all of the toxin, so to speak, and that's the in order to collect with the congestion, for his body to get rid of it. But I'm not an expert. I am not a vet. I don't. All I'm doing is tuning into him and feeling what he's feeling. He doesn't. He just seems annoyed or bothered. He doesn't seem like he's in a lot of pain or crying. I mean, I just don't see the severity where you will see him itch and you'll be like, "Oh my god," and it's like it's just not as severe for him emotionally, or him going through it. And I do see that this ebbs and flows through the seasons. How about you, Mark?
Right. Little Leo. I think um, it, his diet's not bad, but he could use more oil somehow in there, like what Jean's already saying. Um, Even if it was like he could use a little more protein or oil. So even if he had little bites of meat, that would be okay for him. Not just, he needs some wet in his diet if he isn't getting it already. So not just kibble, he needs something added, like either a wet dog food or some people food or something mixed in there a little bit. Otherwise, though, I get that like the congestion, the itchy, it's more environmental. So it's coming from the outside in. It's like allergic reaction. Um, but it's seasonal, environmental. It's not from the inside out. So it's not something going on the inside that's making itchy. It's something from the outside. So that could be dry air. It could be the temperature. It could be that we have to use the heater all of a sudden, and we don't usually, and the heat's drying him out. So it's those kinds of things. I'm not, he's not at death's door or anything. I agree with Gene. He's not, you don't even really notice it much. But they don't focus on stuff like that. They just take the day as it comes. They don't really, oh, woe is me, I have allergies. They just move on. But he does have a little bit of allergic reaction. But it feels like it almost has more to do with the air, or like that kind of causing congestion. So it might be about the heat or something like that. It's temporary. It's going to flip back. Oh, yeah. You put that. Yeah, he has environmental allergies. Yeah, that's what I was getting. It's environmental. It's not really from inside. He isn't suffering, though. Like he might like a bath and that kind of thing. It kind of soothes him. Or you might do some, spray or something that helps itching. But there's not like a pill or something that's going to fix it. It's more temporary and environmental. I know my little dog goes through a lot of scratching, and I've tried everything known to man, and it just.
She says, I groom him at home. I did change his food recently. He sure is strong. I give him omega-3 oil. You are both spot on. Thank you so much. I will change his diet and coconut oil. Mm-hmm. Add things. Yeah.
He wants you to keep hand feeding him, whatever it is you're hand feeding him. He likes that. I feel like it's chicken or something. But or maybe it's a scrap or a piece off your plate. Something like that, but don't stop that. Yeah. I gave my dog an oatmeal bath this week. Did not help. And then I gave her a medicated bath with just, it was supposed to be, it helps for like a day, and then she goes right back. But, that was it.
We all love our fur babies for sure. It's so hard to deal with sometimes. Michelle Krantz. Hi, Michelle. She says, I'm still wondering about romantic love and when will I meet the perfect person for me? I've built up walls for so many years, but have been working on myself. Thank you. Good job, Michelle. Good job. I do actually have some romance cards here. Do you have an ex that you have not let go of? The time has come to clear your energy is what I got. And I'm not a card person, so you really can't. It says release your ex. And but let me just tune in and see. I do feel you have not as much heaviness around you, Michelle. A little bit more permission that you're giving yourself, a little bit more trust in yourself. You believe in yourself. And so with this, is Michelle ever going to meet a unconditional love lifelong partner? And I'm getting a yes, because I like to ask that first so that I don't waste my time. Okay. And is it possible? Is it in Michelle's highest good? Will she meet a unconditional love lifelong partner by June of 2026? And it's going right to no. Will Michelle meet an unconditional love lifelong partner by December 1st of 2026? Not yet. Will Michelle meet an unconditional love lifelong partner by April 1st of 2027. And I'm getting a steady yes on that one. Will Michelle meet an unconditional love lifelong partner by February 1st of 2027? And it's going back to maybe around there. Will Michelle meet an unconditional love lifelong partner by March 1st of 2027? And I'm getting it yet. So I'm getting like late winter, early spring of 27. And I'm sorry it's so long, but I want you to know that I've had several people tell me that I told them way in the future, or with my pendulum, that they would meet their man, their love, and they did. Two of them in the last month came back and emailed me and told me yes. I was like, and it's I always ask people, make sure you tell me, so that we can build trust within our own pendulums, or within our own tools. So I'm sorry that it's not until 2027, but you have plenty of time to do the things that you want to do for yourself, and do the traveling, and do the you know finding you a little bit more. And I'm not sure if there's an ex there that you need to let go of, or somebody that you need to let go of. But how about you, Mark?
Well, I was just focusing the cards on, you know, when and if I'll meet somebody. So the cards are all going towards, yep, you will. That's kind of what you're headed for, that there is a partner, or, a person that you're um, getting closer to meeting. Um, Now, you've probably done this, but I just want to remind you, talk that over with Source, asking for what you want, and why you want a partner, and what you want from that, what are you looking for? Not what you're not looking for. Don't You can say that, but then don't focus on that. Just focus on what you want. But I get that it's not that far away. It looks like he, they, him, the she, whoever is about to ride up. So I got two forward movement. So there's also the Chariot and the Six of Wands. So both moving. The Six of Wands will be moving in victory, like, yay, ticker tape, yeehaw, we met. And that we're moving. We're not, it's in action. And then I get the Hierophant, but it's giving me like marriage energy. Like, we might have to go to the priest. Here we go, because we've met and we need this blessing. So all that looks like, yep, that's where we're going to. That will be part of your experience. Now the only, because I can't really do timing with these cards, but I'm hearing in my brain, it's possible that you have already met this person, but we haven't gone in that direction or something. Like, they might already be in your realm, kind of your circle. You might even already know them, but you've never really thought about it exactly like that or something. So I just want to throw that out there, because I kept trying to ignore that, and it keeps saying they might be closer than you think. So I got all good energy that's what's going to happen. So just keep focusing on what you want.
And as I was listening to Mark, I did hear that it's not the only relationship. You don't have to wait for the 2027 for only. I feel as though you're going to have beautiful relationships, and then the final one, or the one that is going to be lifelong, maybe then. So, but all the best to you, Michelle. It is available to you, and manifestation is really at its height right now. That is, and what it is that we focus on and intend, and it really has a lot to do with it. So if this is what you want, make sure you do things and act as if this is already happening. Bring your energy up into that energy of being with a partner that's just really a balancing partner for you. That's
Yeah,
what I feel.
you're out there looking for you, just as you are out looking for someone, and the universe will help bring you together. Especially if you say, "Could you help bring us together?" Yeah, there's
Thank
some.
you, Michelle. And Davy Jones is next. And Davy Jones, you know what? Before we do Davy Jones, hang on one second. Let's go ahead and do a couple more. Good luck, everybody. If you just came in, please put #love in order to be in the drawing to get a reading today. Crystal, T2T, Crystal 2T, Crystal 2D. Crystal 2D, please put your question in the chat. And Andrea Ramirez. Hi, Andrea. Please put your question in the chat. Congratulations. We'll just do two and then we'll come back and we'll give everybody a chance that way, All right.
Okie dokie.
So let's go on with Davy Jones. Will my tenant leave my flat if I ask him to? I'm not willing to do it right now, but will he be reluctant to do so if I ask him?
Tenant leave my flat. So, are you guys living in the same flat together? I don't want to do it right now. Let's see.
Yeah. Or is it a rental? Is he also a roommate or is he just renting from you? It does say tenant leave my flat, so I'm thinking it may be outside of.
Right. Could be a duplex or something like that, or just have one. No, it's rented. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And do you have a contract with this individual, or was this more of like a handshake kind of thing? So is it outside of the contract, or? Let me just see. Oh, it's one room and it's locked. Okay. Will the tenant follow Davy's wishes? I don't think you're going to have too much pushback there, Mr. Davy. And will he need some time? Will this tenant be willing to go as quick as Davy needs them to? Yeah. And will this tenant give Davy some hard times or hold money back? No. Will this tenant be 100% compliant? 100% compliant. That's really, I always ask 100% and it never says yes. I'm getting that they're not bothered by it for some reason. I had a contract 2 years ago, which expired after a year. There's no issue with money with him. Yeah. I don't see any pushback from him, which is, I think as long as you're respectful and give him a proper amount of notice, that's, just out of courtesy. But I don't think they'll have any issue with it. Yeah. How about you, Mark?
Right. No, I don't get a lot of issue-y kind of things. I don't think there's any, like I did get the contract upside down, so it seems like there's no kind of contractual obligation or anything. I also feel like he might be thinking about moving anyway, for some other reason. Like, because of a partner or something. There feels like there's some other circumstance that has to do with him. And so, which might make the whole thing like a non-issue. Um, I get the magician, so it kind of makes me think it might already be in the works or something. Maybe that's why it's even on your mind. So he might be thinking about moving already for somebody, not because of any thing about you. It's more about what's going on with him, I feel like.
Any kind of issues with him, but he boasts of his lawyer's degree and he's not even a lawyer. And he said something idiotic that people don't file suits on lawyers. He was thinking of moving already.
Yeah, I feel like that's still a thing.
And when I asked my pendulum 100%, I was not getting that intuitively. I was surprised. I like to trust my pendulum, but intuitively, I say that there's a small chance that he'll give you grief, so to speak. But I think eventually he'll leave. You know what I mean? I don't think it's going to be like, oh, thank you. Yes, I want to leave. It's not going to be that. But he definitely will leave, and he will leave if you ask him to. And yeah. But I think there's a small chance he's going to have, either words or some, I don't know, what do you call that?
Yeah. Well, he'll have something to say, but it's like it doesn't go beyond that kind of a thing. He talks to hear himself talk sometime
Without any legal escalation. Well, there's no contract there, so.
Yeah.
And you can give them a written letter that's notarized or something, just to cover yourself. That because of our previous agreement and my, whatever, just state everything very plain English so that there's no misunderstandings. And yeah, all the best to you, Davy. And I let us know.
Yeah. He might ask to move on his own. It might be a non-event. Like he might come to you and say, "Oh, I'm moving." Anyway.
So I didn't see anything from Crystal or Andrea. I didn't see either one of them give me any questions in here in the chat. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull for two more people. So Crystal or Andrea, if you're still here, you can still put your question in all in caps. But I'm going to go ahead and pull two more people. And this is what happens as the day goes on. It's fine. People have things to do on a Saturday. Eva J, story time. Eva, you can put your question in caps. Aw, congratulations. Look at that beautiful icon. And Lacey Ballo. Lacey, please put your question in. Congratulations on the win. Isn't this fun? I love all the confetti.
Yeah, I know. I do too. Wiki's helping us see if they show up.
Thank you, Wiki. Oh. I know.
It's always the ones that didn't get picked that are here, and then the ones that do get picked don't realize it or whatever.
So Sageburner had a beautiful question while we're waiting. Sageburner says, just wondering if Aloka, the Walk for Peace dog, has a message for us. Isn't that sweet? That's so sweet of you, Sageburner. And Eva, I see you. So let's go ahead and we'll do Eva next. Thank you, Eva. He's a very happy-go-lucky. I feel him being jovial and juvenile, like, look at me, I'm helping, like, almost like, look what I get to do, look at everybody's looking at me, like he's very like jovial and just not goofy, but he's not zen, which I expected him to be zen. He has a very lively spirit. Um, and he's saying that this was his life's mission, that he's honored to be able to walk beside such men with reverence and sacredness and pure intentions. And he's saying he's almost like a spirit guide, that he's able to walk beside them and be, and he's almost like saying they treat me like an equal. He's saying that he's very proud, but he's a little bit goofy. He's not goofy, but he's a little bit juvenile. Um, but he's so cute and very young. I didn't expect him to be young. I expected him to be all zen and stuff. How about you, Mark? What did you get?
Well, that he's well cared for. He's content and satisfied with his mission. He likes doing it. I feel like, though, he's really connected to one person, as opposed to the whole group or whatever. He still kind of zeroes in on one person. I don't know if that's true or not, but he sort of follows, like he would say he has a person, as opposed to a group. And he follows and listens and pays attention to the one. So on some levels, he's being of service to his person on some level, as well as to the larger picture. Just being there and seeing him in the group and that kind of thing. But I don't know. He acts like he's really connected to one person in particular, that I'm assuming is with him. I don't know anything about him. I've never seen anything about him or read. I don't know anything about it. But that's what I'm getting.
Thank you, Mark. And thank you, Sage Burner. That was so sweet of you. Yeah, and Jen said he had surgery recently. Yeah. And you can see that he was hurt when you see it, when the way he walks. And I love Aloka and the monks. But I don't know how you say it. I'm saying it differently. Okay. So I do have Eva J. Hi, Eva J. Story time. Thank you very much for being here and putting in your question. She says, when I was 5 years old, I had an asthma attack and saw a man at the head of my bed. Who was he? I thought my guide, but I'm not sure. Man, we got these good questions here today. My goodness. You should get with the other girl who had hers when she was 6. Oh my gosh. Yes, I had one of my school friends, a friend of mine that I went to school with, a few years after high school. Just she was not able to get to her inhaler in time, and her inhaler was empty, and she couldn't. Her kids or her husband, I think, was trying to bring her one to work and didn't make it. It's very. I never. Nobody. People don't understand how deadly asthma can be if you don't have your right medication there.
Right. And if you can't breathe even for a minute, you know what that's like. It's horrifying. If you can't get breath, like for some reason. One time I choked on a piece of food and I thought for sure I was a goner. Luckily, I was with people and my friend actually gave me the Heimlich. But in that moment when you can't get air, it's horrible. It's just a nightmare. So I can't imagine, gasping and not being able to get, it'd just be so horrible, I think. Just awful, awful, awful. I get this may have been an ancestor. I don't know why I was thinking I was going to get angel, but they can act like that. But this feels like a relative that was passed, almost like a grandparent or something, but stepping in to assist. So they were there on purpose to help. It was to help get you through this, like whooshing in to help. So I'm wondering if there was a grandfather, if one of your parents' father was already on the other side. Anyway, it's like he came swooping in to save you, basically. That's interesting too, because even in these cards are mixed. So it would have like the Knight of Swords, but also it's got like death writing on it. So it's like, to stop death. Here it came. No, I got to save her. But I get ancestor. What are you getting? And
Yes, I too. I was checking as you were saying that, and when you said grandfather or ancestor, I got the biggest swing. And when I said source and I said spirit guide, yes, but ancestor got a bigger one. I said guardian angel, it said no. And source, it was a very small, like little one. But when I said spirit guide, it said yes. And when I said grandfather, it was so much bigger, so much bigger. So I don't I mean, it's semantics. Oh, it looked like a young man with Jesus-like hair. Oh, good for you.
yeah, but
Wow.
also when you cross over, you can appear the way you want to. You don't have to appear in the way you looked at the end. A lot of times they'll chose, a younger appearance or something like that.
And
That doesn't mean it wasn't an ancestor just because it looked young. They can appear in different ways. But, the fact that it reminds you of Jesus would make me think it's like a spiritual experience. The other thing is an ancestor can work as an angel. They don't always. Again, it's choice. Sometimes I feel, no, what do I know? I just tell you guys what I've been told. But sometimes an ancestor will go, I'm going to work as an angel or guardian with this soul. Not always, sometimes. And sometimes it'll be just your own. It won't be somebody else. It'll be your own energy that's watching over you. This felt like, somebody that knew you, that loved your family, was there trying to help in that moment.
yep, yep. And, they come through with the energy, and they come through blended. And it could have, but the manifestation felt like more of like a family member, but it doesn't mean that he didn't have the energy of the Christ light with him when
Right.
he was helping you,
It's
you
all
know?
one.
Mhm.
It's all one and the same.
Yep, we are all one.
Right. And it just depends on the focus in the moment. Even, when I talk about Pan or Dwell Cool or Jesus, they're all individual aspects of the same thing, just like we are. They're an individualized aspect of the creation, of the creator. And they have their own things they do and don't do. But, we're the bigger picture, we're all one. I say that all the time, and it's hard to realize on one level. But the truth is, the more I say that, the realer that becomes to me. And the more I realize that is the truth. We are all one. Right. Anyway.
Mhm. So, Mark, let's try one more.
Okay.
Let's try one more because I didn't see Lacey come in, Crystal or Andrea. So let's try one more. And we have a lot of entries here. So we'll narrow it down to somebody who's here. And then you guys can just say I'm here. So is Nettie Hill? Nettie here Hill, just let us know that you're here and then you can put your question in. Nettie Hill.
Netty, netty, netty Hill. There she is.
Yes. All right. So go ahead and put your question in. And Eva says, thank you both. I've been trying to figure this out for some time and needed added perspective. You can also sort of, I want to say ask yourself, but practice, that would be a good way to practice some of your own intuition and maybe even using your own pendulum or your own it's hard to trust yourself sometimes, but maybe just ask once a day and write down the answer and see what you get each day and see which one. But it is, the answer is within you. Your soul knows who that was. And I do feel as though it will be revealed to you if you ask, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's what I'm going to say. All the best to you. Thank you for asking your question. So Nettie is going to be putting her question in. Here's, oh, okay. Oh, good job, Eva. She says, I've actually done that with written meditation. Yes. Good for you. I knew there was something telling me you already, like a part of you already knew. You know what I mean? It's hard. We need validation. And a lot of you here are already on your way with your psychic abilities and intuition and, all of the things. And you're here to look for validation or, validate that what your answer was the answer that other people get.
Right.
Um,
And it can be easier to read other people than yourself. A lot of times I'll get a second opinion about if I'm reading on me, sometimes because I have all my own stuff about me, so it might get in the way.
So thank you, Eva J. That was really a wonderful question. So Nettie Hill is here and she says, thank you so much. What advice does Spirit have for me for this moment? So I'm going to, she said she's dealing with a lot. And I'm just going to tune into your energy a little bit there, Nettie. I do feel that there are brighter days on the horizon. And that's not easy to say. I mean, that's easy to say, but not easy to live through. And I do feel as though, not that you've paid your dues, but you have done the work. You're working on your authenticity, with your integrity, with your kindness and love and your perspective over the world. Yet you still have some of these challenges that are yet to be worked through. And what I want you to know that it will move through, but you can also maybe watch the astrological signs, the astrological movement and activity in the cosmos. There's a lot of intense energies coming through in this first quarter of the year, but I do feel as though maybe June onward, and I can double check with my pendulum. So will Nettie find relief from the challenges that she's going through by June 1st of 2026? Not yet. Will Nettie find relief from the challenges that she's going through by September 1st of 2026? And it already knows what I'm going to ask it here. I can point it this way. I'm pointing it the other way. And so it switched over to yes as I was asking that next question. Will Nettie find relief from the challenges that she's going through by August 1st of 2026? Still yes. Will Nettie find relief from the challenges that she's going through by July 1st of 2026? And it's still yes. Will Nettie find relief from the challenges that she's going through from by June 1st of 2026, and see how it changed over to no. So I do, and honestly, Nettie, if you work on understanding that the motive or the energy is outside of you, it's not coming from you and it's not for you, it's just a holding space, because I feel your light, Nettie. You're holding space to get through to the other side, or to move through this dense energy, and then there's almost like a release that's coming in. um, uh, and I feel like you're going to feel that. What do you say there, Mark?
Well, I was just going right from the question, what advice does Spirit have this very moment? And it was pretty specific, so I'm going to tell you what it said. Number one, it says your mind's racing and there's too much in there. It's just going, 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 going. So I want you to give it a break a little bit. I know that's not the easiest thing in the world, but do what you can to kind of quiet the mind a little bit. Some of it's not necessary, like too much stuff getting your attention. We need to narrow it down. So it's saying right now, focus in on your link to source. You're linked. You're one and the same. Focus in on that. Quiet the noise and focus in on your relationship with the higher power. So even if there's stuff, there might be some medical stuff that's in there that's like, creating worry. So there's all the stuff happening. All, my brain, I'm thinking, I'm overthinking, I'm talking about what I'm thinking. But replace that with your, see if we can see this. I got so much sunlight. It's like the chain link. That is the golden link, the link that you are connected to source. Get the moon. So go back within, get quiet. This is the moon. Use your connection to spirit. Because right now, in this moment, if you reach out to your connection to spirit, there it is, your mental energy. So you're going, hello, can you help me de-escalate this and get more calm? Look what's ready. So that's the Ace of Wands. I'm asking. And then, the Ace of Swords. And then there's the Ace of Wands. I'm answering. So wands are spirit body. This is mental body. So I'm within, asking for assistance, guidance, clarity. Spirits goes, and here we go. We're going to give it right back. So that's what they're saying right now. And don't forget, trust in that. Because I think you already worked with this some. So don't forget what you already know. Trust and give yourself a break with the worrying. Let it go. Doesn't really help. All right.
You're very welcome, Nettie. All the best to you. Thank you very much for playing along. Well, that's going to be the show for today. I just want to thank each and every one of you who are here, who stuck around, who played the game with us, who so very kind and generous with supporting each other. For all the moderators in the chat, we couldn't do it without you. Thank you so much. All of the members, thank you so much. And Mark, here I am again. Mark, thank you so much. I really love working together with you. It's so very exciting. And it's just my heart leaps with joy. And I really do. I feel like my readings are better when I'm with you. Like you help to raise my vibration when I'm around you.
And vice versa. It goes back and forth. It's true. It does elevate us when we read together. I agree with that.
Mm-hmm. It's and I contacted Mark many years ago and I asked him for a reading. I had a connection with a being, high vibrational being, and I asked Mark to help me with it. And he was absolutely just so very generous, so very kind, and extremely thorough. I loved working with him. And I said, would you do a collab with me? And I think you were working with Allie first or somebody first, but
Yep.
no,
Yep.
it,
No, I know. We
and
have a good energy that synchronizes, and I enjoy it because we've been doing that now for a while, once a
mhm,
month at least, reading together. And it's always great, and I always love it.
mhm.
You help me because I'm not, I didn't really do a lot of mediumship for others, but you really helped me in that area because it
Oh, wonderful.
lifts me up there.
Yeah, more
Uh,
questions.
right.
Mhm.
And the fact that you're strong in that area, it pulls me up. It lifts me in there. And I think we do that back and forth with each other. And it's great. I love it.
Good,
That's
good.
why I like to read with others. And sometimes you'll
Eh,
just sink in with somebody that really, you sync up with. That's great.
mhm. And Mark, you'll be back at 4 o'clock today with Ask Anything.
Right.
So if you didn't get your question answered today in this show, please do go back over and check out Mark at 4 p.m. And he has Ask Anything Day. I will be on at 3 p.m. And this is Eastern time, guys.
Eastern.
I'll be on at 3 p.m. with my friend Bridget Ross Healer, and we're just going to be doing some reading, some chatting, and some light language. So please do come back and check that out as well. Thank you all very much. Thank you again, Mark, and we'll see everybody soon.
Bye,
Bye
guys.
bye. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. If you enjoy this content, hit like, share, and subscribe. Remember to click the bell to be notified of future videos. Thanks again. Bye.